Hi, I'm Sarah Richter, and today I'm going to show you how to apply your own motion capture recordings to characters of your own. What I've prepared so far is a folder on my desktop that is called Dawn, and it contains the folder we sent to you, text folder, which contains all of Mia's textures. And that's it. And I've also launched Cinema 4D. First of all, we're going to open the editing room under Cinema 4D's main menu. Go to Plugins, Kobold Charakteranimation, Motion Capture for Prime, Editing Room Mia. And we're going to save it in the Dawn folder we created in our desktop. And the reason why we saved these textures in the same hierarchy under this name is so that Cinema 4D will recognize and automatically map the Mia textures to our Mia character. So we don't need to do that manually anymore. For now, I'm just going to close it. And what we're going to do next is to open our character. And for those of you who are Cinema 4D Studio users, I have great news because we're going to show this example with a character that is already delivered with Cinema 4D Studio. So under Window, go to the Content Browser. On the left side, click on the Presets folder, then Studio, Character, and double-click on Dawn.c4. Okay, we can close this now. And here is our Dawn. We're going to save him with Save Project with Assets. And we're going to save him in the same Dawn folder and just give him the name Dawn My Character. If we save him with the assets, as I've just shown you, I can close this now too. You will see that Cinema 4D has created a new folder where we have a new Dawn, My Character, and text folder. We want to merge everything, so we're just going to double click on the Dawn text folder, select everything, right click on it, cut it, select cut. We're going to go back and put all Dawn's textures into Mia's texture folder. Just paste it, Ctrl V or right click paste. And we're going to do the same thing with the file, Dawn My Character, right click, cut, and then paste here under the same hierarchy. And now this folder is empty and we can just delete it. These steps are just to keep everything organized. So let's double click on Editing Room Mia and open it. Okay, we're going to merge Dawn into this scene, which means we're loading it into the existing scene. We are going to switch from attributes to layers and just going to make the skeleton Mia layer visible by clicking on this symbol. We're also going to fold the skeleton Mia null object. And now the first thing we need to do is to unfold the Dawn group. We're going to make the cape invisible by double clicking on the gray dots next to the cape until they turn red. And we can sort of see that Mia is in our way. We can barely see our Dawn, our character, and we don't need Mia right now, so we're going to make her invisible too. This is for invisibility in the editor window, and this is for invisibility when rendering. So what we're going to do first is to enable the IP chain of our existing fully rigged character. So under Dawn, unfold root, select hip, and then in the Objects Manager, under View, go to Folding and unfold selected. That way all the joint hierarchy will be unfolded, and what we are going to do now is just Ctrl or ST or G click on all these IQ tags. It doesn't matter if they're normal IK tags or IK spline tags, we need to select them all, and then we're going to disable the IK chain, and that is done through one simple click. It's very easy. Okay, we're almost done. Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you click into an empty area of the Objects Manager, everything gets deselected. But you can just go to the Undo button as I did, and it will reselect everything one step back. Okay, we have now selected all the IK tags, and we're just going in the Attributes Manager. We're just going to uncheck the option Enable. Great, now the IK chain has been disabled, and the following procedure, we only need to do it once for each of the characters that we have, and then we just drag and drop the Kinect recordings as we've learned to do it in our Quickstart video 2 of how to apply the MoCap data to the character that's included called Mia. So the next step would be to connect the Dawn joints to the Mia joints via constraints. To make things a bit more organized and easier, we're just going to duplicate the Objects Manager, and under Skeleton Mia, that's what we're going to unfold. And keep unfolding a little bit, like this. Okay. Because we're going to be jumping back and forth from our character's joints to Mia's joints. First of all, and this is very specific to the Dawn character, next to the head there is a joint that will be bugging us later on. So we're just going to select it and click backspace to delete it on our keyboard. So the first thing we are going to connect is the hip joint. So select the hip joint of your character, right click on it, and go to Character Tags, Constraint, enable PSR. Under the PSR tab, always first check under Offset, Maintain Original. And now hip is a bit special because we're going to leave position and rotation both enabled, and this is just for the hip joint. And as into the target field, we're going to drag and drop the hip Mia joint. Okay, there you go. Now our hip of Dawn's or of our character will move like the Kinect, but we need to make this connection with the rest of the joints, and I'm going to tell you which ones. You can actually find them in the manual on page 42 in the bottom, and we've already made out the joints that correspond to the Mia joints. Spine 1 of Dawn corresponds to the abdomen Mia joint. If you're not sure with your own character which joints apply to the Mia joints, even though they're quite self-explanatory, what you can do is make Mia visible again, click on the joints and see where they are positioned, and then check where your corresponding joints are. Okay, so I'm going to show you in a couple more joints, then I'm going to pause the video because it's just going to be the same thing. Here we have listed the right side of the character, but we obviously need to do the same thing for the left side. So let's just click on the Spine 1 joint of Dawn because we need to connect it with Abdomen Mia. Here's the Spine 1. We select it, right click on it, go to Character Tags, Constraint, activate PSR again, Offset, Maintain Original, and from now on we're only going to activate the rotation value, so deactivate Position. And drag and drop the corresponding Mia joint, which would be Abdomen Mia. Done. Let's do one more joint so that we can see this. Spine 2 corresponds to Chest Mia. So let's go to Dawn, Spine Joint 2, and Character Tags, Constraint, PSR, Maintain Original, uncheck Position, and drag and drop the chest joint into the target field. And you need to do the same thing for the remaining joints and obviously for the corresponding left side of your skeleton as well. I'm going to pause the video now, and I'm going to show you what it looks like once you're done. Okay, hi, I'm back, and I have completed applying and connecting the joints of our character Dawn with Mia, and therefore with the Kinect recordings. So what I'm going to do now is to open the editing room, and everything is connected. So once we have all the constraints that we need up and running, what we need to do is, and you know this if you've seen the previous video tutorials, you already know this. Under Girl Master Controller, you will select Kinect Transfer, and here you can drag and drop the hip of your Kinect recordings. And if you remember how to do it, we go to File, Merge, and we can import. These are the Kinect recordings where we just save them as a Cinema 4D file with significant names. For example, angry gestures. Just double click on it, and there it is. The skeleton Kinect cube, we can just click on backspace and delete it because we don't need it. And let's go to Kinect Transfer. If you remember, this is just a best practice, so you can select hip and go to Edit, select Children, and then under Tools you use the naming tool, and you give it a suffix called, we had angry gestures, that's what our recording is called. We say replace name, and you will see that it's all called, all the joints of the recording are called angry gestures. Okay, let's, under Girl Master Controller, let's select Kinect Transfer. Let's drag and drop the hip joint of our Kinect recording here. Oh, you already see it starts moving. And what you now do is just click on play, and your character will start moving like Dawn, like your motion capture recording. What you might need still have to do is to play around with the hip position so that it moves smoother and better. And a best practice actually would be to switch to the animation layout. And one of the things, you can see that you have a lot of keyframes. So one of the first things you can do, and they're all selected, otherwise you just go and select this and the hip and just say select Children, and Control or STRG plus A, and you will see that all the keys are selected. You come to the hip, and gestures, yes, you come to functions, and we just say delete every nth frame, and we're just going to delete by default every second frame, because to start with we don't need that many frames. It's just going to take up space, and it will also improve our recording and what it looks like, the movements. And the first couple of frames might not look so good, so you could just by default always delete the first 10 frames maybe. And another thing that you can do besides of the editing, which we're going to show you in a different video, a quick way of editing without using the editing tools is to take a look at the areas that are problematic and just deleting the keyframes, for example from frame 10 to frame 20, or from frame 10 to frame 50. Don't be afraid to delete a lot of keyframes to get to the basic results that you need, and from then on you can fine-tune using the movements using our editing tools. Okay, I hope you had fun with our tutorial and come back for more. You can always find interesting news and information on our website under www.koboldcharakteranimation.com.